Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Herbal Synergy's The Shop. I'm your host, Sinji. With me, as always, Bay.
What up?
What up, what up, what up, Irby? What's up? You sipping on some tea?
Yeah, I got me some raspberry tea today. It's delicious.
I'm sorry, did you say raspberry tea?
Yes.
That sounds interesting. It does sound good, I'm not gonna lie. But what's your flavor this week?
My flavor this week. I'm gonna give Kenichi some love this week, cause he ain't been getting much love out of me, but my my flavor was when Shigure showed up and sliced all the weapons up with a wooden spoon and basically destroyed the little
Ruthless.
girls. Yeah. And then also when Kenichi, the whole reason for showing up, he forgot to tell them that they could keep the cat. Like, come on, man. You forgot that? You
They were
forgot the
finna,
kitty cat?
they were finna fuck him up too.
They did. They messed him up real good.
Real
Yeah, that's my
good, real
flavor.
bad. But my flavor of the week was a very simple yet effective moment from Tanjiro in Demon Slayer.
I think I know the moment you talk about too.
Enlighten me.
With no, it's your flavor.
Yeah, but I want to
Shoot.
know if you get it.
You said what?
I want to know if you get it.
You talking about the moment when he used the chicken claw to deflect an attack?
No, no, not at all.
Oh, dang.
I was talking about the moment where he's fighting this demon, and the demon goes, die, and with a very confident and fucking, I would say, sexy smile, Tanjiro goes, you first, after he cut him.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh. Alright, Tanjiro, I see, dog. I see you.
Yeah. That whole sequence was wild though. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, man. So,
Just the whole thing in general. Demon Slayer. They doing something right.
yeah, but like they're moving so fucking fast paced. I feel like a
Well, we
lot
still have
is
like a
going
whole we
on.
still have like a whole another 100 chapters though.
I That's amazing because like I still feel like there's a lot going on.
Yeah, it feels like it should be coming to a head, but it's not.
Cool. Okay, so before we go into the my infinite questions and thoughts of Demon Slayer, let me catch you guys up on Kenshin because I watched a lot of Kenshin this week.
Damn.
And the reason for that being is I watched everything I needed to watch
Mm,
Sunday, the day after the podcast, and I was out of things
mm,
to watch. So I just kept, anytime I needed something to do, I just kept watching Kenshin. And I missed an episode last week. It was the episode where Sano runs into his old buddy that was part of his old clan, and he's a painter, and he was using bombs to like destroy the government, and he didn't care if people died in the process. And Sano ended up deciding that his what do I want to say? His devotion to his old clan couldn't outweighed his reasoning for staying at the community dojo. So
yeah.
he left after he fed everyone a huge dinner, and Kenshin, being the slick guy that he is, knew something was up, knew Santa was leaving, and pretended to pass out drunk, but instead went to go to the place they were gonna hit up first and beat the shit out of Sano. He completely destroyed him. It's just like, oh, okay. Um, so that's what happened there, and then this poser assassin, but he's a cop posing as an assassin, but he's actually a cop. So he's a double agent, whatever you call that shit. But Saito, his name is spelled Saito, but they pronounce it Sato. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's also a swordsman. Does he have like two like little hairs hang out the front of his head?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I know him.
he fought Kenshin in the Meiji area, or no, the sword era, the fucking non-banment of swords era, and it was a good fight. He was trying to get Batsusai to come back because my boy Shishio shows up, and they make this man appear in the most tragic way possible, because like this poor man's story, it was like he was also a slasher for the government, and they felt like he knew too much, so they just burned the shit out of it. They shot him and burned him alive, hoping to kill him, but it didn't kill him. So now he has a grudge against the government and has his own ideals about what he wants the world to be like, and he just wants the killers to live free.
Yeah, that's the guy you've been waiting on the whole time, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't have any sweat glands either, so
Nope. So his body always feels like it's on fire to him.
yeah.
So I'm in season 2. That's the entire thing I went through. Like Kenshin, he left the Kamiya dojo to go to Ito, and he told Corey he loves her again. And Corey broke down crying. Here's my issue with Corey. Every time she's very vocal about how she feels about Kenshin to everyone but Kenshin.
That's normally how it goes.
So like he leaves and she is like heartbroken. It's been days and she hasn't eaten. She hasn't left. I don't even think she's changed her clothes. And after this is the episode we find out that Megumi also is in love with Kenshi, which I thought she was gonna have something with Sano, because they were like,
everyone loves the main character.
yeah, it was just weird. I was just, oh, you actually do have a thing for Kenshi, and like she was like crying about it too, because he left, and the only person Kenshi said bye to was Corey, because that's the person he cares about the most. And she's like, and then Megumi is just like, stop being a fucking baby. At least he said bye to you. What I'm saying is he said nothing to me.
Yeah.
And Corey's just like, before she said it, Corey's just like, you don't know how I feel. He said bye. And he's like, yeah, and you don't know how I feel. He said bye to you.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, Corey, you kind of being a selfish bitch right now.
It be like that.
So, on the way to Ito, Kenshin runs into this girl named Misao, who, small world, was raised by the Oni gang. If you recall, the Oni gang was a group
Oni Waban group?
Yes.
Yeah.
With Ayoshi, the two short sword style user.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The one-off Zoro.
So, she mentions Ayoshi to Kenshin, and they're like traveling together, and like he has a bad poker face. So like she immediately knows that like he knows Ayoshi, and she just starts following him the whole trip, trying to get information out of Kenshin. And it doesn't work per se, but regardless, there's a new party in Kenshin's group, and her name's Misao.
Misao.
Um, during their travels, they come across a guy who's cut up, and he's holding a little boy. It turns out to be his brother. They're from a village, and Shishio owns this village, and one of his officers is in charge of it. And they killed the brother, slaughtered the parents, and Kenshin sought out to avenge this boy. So they get all the way to Shishio, who's actually closer to them. See, here's where I was confused a little bit, because Kenshin had days. Like, they said Corey was heartbroken for days. So Kenshin was, by all logic, walking for days, traveling for days.
Mm-hmm.
The last place you see, what's his name? Sato is in Kyoto beating the shit out of Sano, trying to convince him not to go to Edo. But in the very fucking same episode, or the next episode, Sato is with Kenshin. Sano is lost. And I'm just like, how far did Kenshi get? Did Kenshi not get far? Like, I don't understand what just happened. I don't understand the time frame here right now, because like Kenshi should be 3 days ahead, yet it's Saito. Just, does he have a vehicle? Is that how he got around, a vehicle? I feel like he walked.
I have no idea. You know that's cartoon logic.
Yeah. All right. So Kenshi and Chishio go to meet up with. No, Kenshi and Sato go to meet Shishio because he's in the area. And Shishio wants to test out Kenshi's ability, so he sends his subordinate, the guy in charge of that village. Kenshi doesn't show anything. He just, like, keeps dancing around till the guy breaks his own leg, basically. And to try to... I watched way too many episodes. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
Way too many.
It's alright though. It's not like One Piece where, the one thing doesn't carry over like 30 episodes.
Yeah, no. I mean, now we're at a like legitimate part of the story where like everything you're watching is leading to the next one.
Yeah.
So like after Kenshi disposes of the henchman, Shishio still didn't find it necessary for him to fight, so he gave his sword to the kid, his right hand, the kid, and him and Kenshi had a fight, and both their swords broke. Shishio's sword.
You're about to get. Yep.
Yeah, Shishio's sword deteriorated, and Kenshi's sword just straight up snapped in half. So now Kenshi's on the lookout for a new sword. And the first name he wanted to go for was the guy who made his reverse edge sword, who was already dead. His son was alive though, but his son gave up making swords, and Kenshi felt it not right to try to force him when he just wanted to live in peace. But one of Shishio's guys went and found out that his father's last sword, the swordsmith's last sword, was being kept by his son. So they went to go get it. He went to go get it, and he held the dude's kid hostage. And
Yeah, this is the part I was telling you about last week. I was like, yeah.
It's about to get real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Kenshi hears that dude kidnapped the kid, and he's like, oh, I'm going, with a broken sword and all. He shows up, and everyone's pretty much is here at this point. The kid whose brother died, Masao, the swordsmith's wife, Kenshi, and the henchman, and they're just excuse me. They're
You're excused.
they're fighting, and the swordsman just realizes after like Kenshi gives his speech about human life and how he found the value of it, that like he needs to get Kenshi this sword. So he goes through, risks his life, gets Kenshi the sword, and the guy, the henchman, threatens to kill the kid if Kenshi doesn't turn to Batsusai. So this is where something weird happened to me, because like guy is on his way to punch a kid, and then Kenshi gets like really mad, but like he's twitching. He's fucking twitching. Like he's built. He seemed like. All right. So I've had to explain, and like it's really anyone who's watching this on fucking YouTube, you're gonna see how fucking weird this is. Because I was about to say, it seems like he was
It's
doing
on
one of like.
Hulu too.
No, I mean like watching this podcast.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna like. It almost seemed like he was building up speed inside him, like he was kind of like Luffy for a moment with the gum shit in the legs. And like as I'm about to say that, someone named Gum scores on me, and I was like, okay. But so like he builds up the shit in his, I guess his legs. He shortens his stance, and then he just dashes towards the guy, and does like this weird acrobatic spin in midair slash, and then Kenshi's just like, I killed again. I didn't want to have to kill again, but you made me kill again. Why did you make me do it? Does this mean I have to be Batsusai again because I killed? And I was like, well, not really, dude. It was like, it's a choice. You just like you chose to be Batsusai before, and you're choosing to live in peace. Like it's a choice.
But I say the part. I like the part where he took his sheath and stuck between both the guys' sword and snapped them in half.
It just broke. Oh my god.
Yeah. I was like, wow. I was like, man, the accuracy and just to be able to do that. I was like, man.
I don't know why that would be even possible for a sheath to do to two swords. But like, hey, technique, right?
It's probably with like the leverage of putting it against one the other, and
Yeah, I feel you.
because the guy was like, oh, these two swords, even if you do survive, they can't stitch you up too well. And he just was like, I was like, ooh.
He broke it immediately. It was like no chance for the guy to even do the thing he wanted to do.
Yeah. I was like, man.
So, yeah, so Kenshi was feeling really guilty, and like he was just processing the fact that he killed someone. When in fact, the last sword Homeboy ever made was a reversed edged sword.
Yes. Reverse blade sword.
And the son is just like, I would be honored, and I'm sure my father would want you to have this. And Kenshi's like, I will use the sword in your dad's memory to the fullest to protect and serve and do Kenshi things.
Yes. I was like, man. I thought he lucked out too, because I was like, man, he's finna murder. Just look at his eyes when he did his little spin kill. I was like, dang, he's about to be a murderer.
All right, but I watched more, but I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to.
Yeah.
There was way too much. I didn't realize how many episodes I actually watched.
You must have nothing else to do.
You right?
Shoot.
All right, so Irby, where are you at with? I talked about Kenshin, so you can talk about One Piece.
One Piece, where am I? Let's see.
Or Hunter x Hunter, if you have something that caught your eye there.
Nah, I'm just gonna go with the One Piece. But yeah, it was what happened here? They just got to Zoe, and some Sanji's gone, and Luffy fought that guy, the animals in the forest, and then they lead him to the base. Yeah, nothing much really going on. And they're about to go look for Sanji.
How'd you feel about
Um,
Sanji leaving?
I don't know what he did. They said he left, but they never really said why he left. They said, "Oh, he left a note," and that was pretty much it. So that was the last episode I saw. And then,
I thought it was kind of interesting the way Nami was holding Luffy.
yeah, she was holding him like she missed him for dear life.
Yeah, man. I mean, Oda said that he didn't want One Piece to be like a love story. Like these guys are just on an adventure, but like at this point, Luffy could like end up with, I say, one of four people.
Yeah, yeah. I'm hoping. I feel like Robin and Tron guy is gonna get together.
I feel like Robin and Zoro are gonna get together.
I don't know. It all depends. Maybe I'm not there yet, but she likes the Tron guy, so she likes a lot of people. Hmm. Yeah, but yeah, I like old Robin. She's cool. She kills me with the she said something like he has a cannibal tribe or something, and it's like, or it could just be this. It was something like real innocent. She had the dark sense of humor. I was like, oh, look at you.
Yeah, Robin has a yeah, she has a dark sense of humor,
I can get down with Robin.
and it'd be torturing poor Usopp.
It do. Usopp's just a little sucker anyway.
What I like about what I like about the One Piece, like what they're doing right now is Usopp unlocked observation hockey under an extreme amount of stress and pressure, but he
Mhm.
hasn't tapped into it again. Like they're not just giving it to him; he has to practice. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
At least or maybe they deemed it so like unnecessary to bring up again that he's just casually doing it and no one knows.
I mean, I can see his strong suit being observation hockey because he's always running away trying to survive, and he's always looking to snipe stuff. So,
I was like, yeah, and it would help his actual position in crew as a sniper slash terrible ship repairman.
oh, the shipwright's Frankie now. He's out of a job.
He will always be the Mary's shipwright.
That Mary's dead, don't exist no more.
Yo, that scene was heavy
Dead.
when I first saw it. Like, damn.
I didn't care. I was like, good riddance. That ship's beat up. Get a new one. Move on. Go be a pirate on a different ship.
Go be a pirate on a different ship. Oh, yeah. Alright. So, um, you brought up Kenichi. Might as well talk about Kenichi.
Yeah, Kenichi. My man Kenichi. Dangerous trap. Let's have Sumo Chanko. Did you notice that Freya is Robin's English voice actor?
No.
You didn't pick up on that? I was like, hey, that voice sounds familiar. It's like, oh, it's Nico Robin. So, but yeah, basically they're fighting Thor, and they find the underground fighting ring with the kids, and Kenichi decides to do a preemptive fighting against them, and then so they go show up, and they're supposed to be incognito at first, and then the one guy's waving the Shimpaku flag around. And I'm like, they just told to be incognito. Why the hell you waving this flag around? I was like, that's dumb. And
You
then I
know
also
what?
thought,
You know what? He was so fucking stubborn in the end, because, like, he was just, he was just saying, no, I will not do that. We are the Shimpaku Alliance and we will be known. But, like, when you see him for the very first time, He just looks so fucking scared that he didn't know what else to do.
Yeah, I feel like it also could have been part of Nijima's plan too, because Kenichi's like, you gotta get me to fight him alone. And so it could have been part of his plan after I reflected on it. But I was like, why is he waving a flag around like a little weirdo?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Shit was kind of weird.
Yeah, and then so Kenichi finally gets him in a fight, and he's fighting in this little cage, and Kenichi's faster than the guy, but it doesn't matter because you're in a little box. So he basically uses all of his techniques he's learned, and then somehow picks him up, and then throws him out of the ring.
Yeah, that. Okay, I'm sorry. When you show me a like anime that's like, you know, you get powers and shit like that. All right, you show me anime that gets powers and shit like that. You show me anime where it's like kind of realistic and shit like that. All right, cool, realism. There was nothing realistic about what Kenichi fucking did.
I don't know. Kenichi's kind of strong.
This man picked up someone arguably about 4 to 5 times his size and mass and just chucked him over a fucking. That wall had to be like 8 foot tall.
Yeah, I don't know how tall it was, but my man chucked him out, and I was like, look at you. But I do know there's instances of like people being like, if you weigh like 130 pounds, squat like 500 pounds. That's how you get the real fast like running backs
But here was the
and
thing,
stuff. But
though.
like,
Homeboy was so shocked that Kenichi picked him up that he didn't even attempt to make himself get put down. Like the whole
nah,
walking through.
that's plot armor. It had to happen. Yeah. So that's pretty much for the episode, and then they made a bet that Kenichi was like, oh, you gotta leave Ragnarok if I beat you, and then he left him, and the guy's like, I can't do my dream, and that's what Kenichi's like, I didn't say give up on your dream, I just said give up on Ragnarok. So he
Mm-hmm.
goes back, and then they jump him, beat the brakes off him, uh, and then they go. That leads us into the next Valkyrie, next episode.
Valkyrie and the kitty.
Cute kitten hand-to-hand battle among women. Yeah, and here it's kind of confirmed that like everyone in Ragnarok's basically part of like Norse mythology.
Mm-hmm.
So they all have their own separate gods and stuff. Well, not gods, or god titles.
Yeah. They get a title,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
And so this episode, um, Kenichi and Miyu are. What were they doing? What were they doing out?
Um. Well, I think they were coming back from school and on the way home, and that's when they saw Kisara kicking a cat in
Kicking
a
the kid,
box.
yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't like kicking it, but she was like moving it to where people couldn't see her.
And
And
Miyu was
then
ready to kill her boy.
yeah, every time Kenichi touched her from behind on the shoulder, she threw him was like "Wah, wah." That was funny. Made me laugh. It was like "Wacha, wacha."
And then just do the flashback to the grandpa saying, Miyu just can't help but throw people who come up from behind her.
Yeah, but I did think it so Kasara's nurturing side for cats. So I was like, oh, she's a softie. She's like, oh no, this is my cat food I like to eat. I was like, what?
Yeah, she housed it too.
She's like,
That couldn't have been good for
yum.
her stomach.
Well, most foods they make for dogs and cats now is like human food almost. I
Well, it's
I
gotta
wouldn't eat
be.
it though.
I was gonna say it's gotta be
But
somewhat healthier than the food that they were making before. Like people say, like human food aren't good for like animals, but like it's gotta be better than that shit you can leave in the closet for like a month and they still eat. You know what I mean?
yeah, fresh ingredients, Papa John's. But yeah, you're right. So I was like, But anyway, she comes up, gets beat up by the Walkyries, whatever you want to call them, because they're trying to
The wild
they're
curries, I
trying,
think.
yeah, they're because like, oh, she's the old traitor, da da da. They start beating her up, but she wasn't a traitor. She just was
Mind
trying to
you,
get
they
home for
have
the
no
cats.
facts. They just had assumptions.
They did. I mean, they just saw him talking with them. I guess it's for that Tom and Jerry beef where you see him and you fight on sight,
Mm-hmm.
and so I don't know.
Yeah. So like, yeah. At this point, Mio's getting an umbrella, and Kenichi spilled the beans about why Mio was upset, and it was the cat, and going a little backwards. Kisaru was trying to get the cat a home, but every time someone saw the cat and was cute, they saw her mean mugging the fucking killer glare.
And they're like, "Oh, keep walking."
Yeah,
And he's like, "Oh, no, don't look that way." And yeah, but that was pretty. That was a good episode for her.
it
And you
was.
hear the backstory of Noir, her cat that died defending her.
Oh
I
yeah, it was
guess
so sad.
yeah. I was like, "Oh, look at her. She all sad."
It be like that though.
But yeah, so it's the next episode, Shigure's personal lesson. My man Kenichi couldn't take Kisara getting beat up anymore, and he came over and pushed the two girls. I was like, oh, Kenichi broke his vow. He
And
must
then but
commit
he didn't realize that he
seppuku.
was breaking it, and he was like, "Oh shit, I didn't even think about it. I kind of just
Yeah,
reacted."
yeah. He was like, y'all just commit seppuku. Yeah, but he didn't. I think
And
hit a
then
girl.
Shigure and Kensema decide to cook dinner for instead of Mio. But
Mm-hmm.
like Shigure was fucking it up, so Kensema ended up cooking, but Shigure did the arrangement on the food.
Yeah.
And they were gonna eat dinner, but as we know from like the earlier episodes, Shigure doesn't eat at the table. Well,
Mm-hmm.
this time she's willing to eat, but only if only when Kenichi and Miyu get back. So she goes out to look for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when we run into Irby's flavor of the week. So let's let Irby explain it.
Yeah. So her little mouse, Tuch Tuchamaru, um, lets off a flare and lets them know that like, hey, Kenichi needs help. So Shigure comes over and Kenichi's trapped between two Valkyrie groups, and she's talking to him, and Kenichi's like, no, she's like, you guys got to get out of here. She, she's gonna she's gonna hurt him, and then he was like, oh, this is what it looks like. We're just playing around. This is a fight because he's trying to defuse the situation. And then the one Valkyrie is like, "Oh, this must have been set up by Freya. This has to be a test."
Mm-hmm.
And then and then meanwhile, she throws a whip and she just cuts that thing to pieces with the sword. I was like, "Ooh, and y'all still want to fight?" And I was like, "No way, she did that!" Da, da, da. Cut it. I was like, I said, as soon as she did, I'm all right. I'm out of her league.
Hella
And they think she,
weapons.
yeah, and they think he's lying, and she's like, oh, she's like, I don't want you to fight using any type of weapon, and da da da. And she really puts out all these types of weapons, like a sickle and chain, a big knife, little knife, sword. And
It's
then
like,
she finally
no,
pulled
no.
out a wooden spoon.
And
And
he's
Kenishi's
like,
like, no, no. He's like, wait, yeah, go ahead.
so why do you have a rice spoon? I was making
Yeah,
dinner. You guys are late. Come eat.
yeah.
But she was saying it like that.
So,
She was saying everything, like every one or two words spaced out. I was like, bro, who the fuck did this voice acting?
yeah. I mean, but, her mouth wasn't moving when she was saying it. So
Damn.
I guess it makes sense. Um, but then basically she destroys all the weapons with the rice spoon. And then in the process, like, she ends up, like, cutting some of their clothes. And then that's why they left and ran away. Yeah. So I was like, man. And then they go back to eat. And then Miyu takes the cat to the vet because it was injured in the previous episode.
Oh,
And the vet,
Mio did
yeah,
not want that family to have that cat.
she didn't. Yeah, and then so they came back and yeah, they came back and left out and yeah, Kasara went to Ragnarok and then she left and everyone was like, why does everyone leave after they fight the Shinpaku group?
True.
And it's yeah,
And they were
and they
like,
said that
Hermit left. I'm like, I don't recall Hermit really leaving.
oh he did. He
Oh,
left.
he did. He did. He told Purple Hair he's done.
Mm-hmm. He left. And then the
True.
other guy left. Thor left. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
Thor left because the bet with Kenichi. And they beat the
yeah,
shit out of him. And they were like, we gotta teach, as friends, we gotta teach a lesson. And he's like, you guys aren't friends. The Shinpaku Lions are friends.
yeah. And
And I
then
was just like,
yeah, we also find out Kasara hates big-breasted people and people that fight with weapons at the end of the episode.
and Shigure is just like, are my breasts big? And and
Kenichi's like,
Kenichi's just like,
yeah,
yes, they are.
yeah,
It's like, Kenichi, good on you for like comfortably saying that.
yeah. And so, well, yeah. And then I find out Kenichi didn't say anything to them about the cat, and the cat ends up getting adopted by people. I'm just like, Kenichi, Kenichi, Kenichi.
I mean, with everything going on, could you blame him?
Yes.
Damn.
That was the whole point. He was so excited to tell her. I had to do is say, oh, we can keep the cat. Go get it. That's all he had to do. All he had to say. But what did he do? Nothing. But push up two little girls and then kept it moving. And then got beat up.
And they got, hey man, he doesn't want to fight women.
Yeah, I can understand that.
It is a noble cause.
I was like, yeah, it acted like it had no effect on him. I was beating him like that. Yeah, my man's strong.
Damn right.
Yeah.
So okay, so that wrapped up Kenichi. Um, shall we go with Starter Town?
Yeah, let's start Starting Town. Alright, let me look here. Starter Town. Suppose it's looking like you need to clean up the mess and you saw it coming. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, was it Ryu invites Lloyd out on a date, but turns out Lloyd has a whole nother project he has to do. And Helene almost killed him with her
Yeah.
belt. Yeah, I thought that was funny. And it's funny, and then the axe guy's getting married. Shoot.
The axe guy is indeed getting married, and we find out
It's
later
a
on
sham wedding now.
it's a sham wedding, but Ironically enough, it's to Cursed Belt Girl.
Yes, Helene. Oh no, Celine.
But Axe Guy's father took a liking to Lloyd, as everyone does, and his son was sick, so he had his son fill in. And it gave Blondie a chance to pretend to be Lloyd's fiance the whole day.
Yes, that was the
But
next episode though.
it is.
Yeah, but
It is.
yeah, I like how he cleaned the whole place while that lady was talking. Just
I
cleaned it
kind
and
of already figured he was going to.
yeah,
So this man finna clean the whole thing, top to bottom, while she's explaining it.
yeah. That was funny. Um, but yeah, pretty much. I guess that kind of ends it. They're looking for a I forget the wood type thing that they're looking for, or someone's being possessed by something, so they're looking for it in that episode.
Like a
And
tree
then
spirit demon thing.
yeah, yep. And then this episode, episode 8. Suppose you were just pretending to be lovers, but somehow the pretense transformed into the real deal. You see, his brother delivers explosive.
Well, a little before that,
Yeah,
what was funny enough was Metal Arm Girl shows up at the hotel to give herself a relaxing weekend away.
massage. Yep.
Yeah, she orders a massage, and here Lloyd comes ready to do this massage, and she's just thinking about him touching her body, and he's like, "Nah, I can't let this happen."
Shoot, might as well. Shoot, get that massage. You pay for it.
Nah, you know where massages lead, Irby.
I wouldn't know because I haven't got one from a professional masseuse.
Oh, my bad. Oh, well, Lloyd's definitely not a
Nope.
professional. Just saying.
Well, he gets
Did
paid
you
to do the
see the
work.
way the next episode ended? Just saying.
Yeah, suplexes the lady.
It's like, I would love a massage. I said, okay. I just learned yesterday. Just grabbed, as soon as he grabbed her by the waist, like, ooh,
I was
this,
like, oh man, he's gonna throw her over the head.
his sheet is fucked. um, but yeah, his brother shows up.
Yeah, and he
Continue.
delivers
Explosives.
fireworks. Yeah, yeah. And then the arm
That Blondie
girl.
ordered.
Yeah, Ryu. Um, they start working undercover at the hotel. The Nash guy gets sick. So and then what happened? I think they was in the she was rubbing down Lloyd this episode. The girl from before that tried to
Oh,
I
the
think
one
her
that
name
was
was
like, yeah, Kikyo.
Kikyo, yeah, Kikyo. She was rubbing them down, had them all oily and whatnot. And I was like, okay,
And then she's like, I can't find it anywhere. Oh no, it must
don't
be.
tell me it's down here.
Yo.
And then she goes and reaches,
And he didn't even
and
flinch.
he didn't. He's so
Those hands went
innocent.
in there, and he was like, just
No, I don't
letting it
think.
happen.
I don't think it went in there. I think it
Nah,
might
it
have got like a
started going in there. I mean,
yeah.
I feel like that uniform isn't too loose on him. I feel like you'd feel the fingers start going inside. I don't know.
But he, but he, but it didn't get that far because Belt Girl came out of nowhere and was like, "What are you doing to Sir Lloyd,
Like,
Celine?"
the hell is going on here?
Yeah, it was. I was like, "Man, look at her." Okay.
She going for it.
Yeah, then she suplexes Celine, and the belt stop it, and then she ends up taking off in the forest, and that's when they all go to the hot spring. And so,
And then they see Sir Lloyd's penis.
yeah, gave them all nosebleeds. And then I forget the two blonde women show up, the sisters.
The sister assassins.
Yeah, and then the bigger of the one throws Chief into the forest.
Yeah, yo, chucked her. Just completely chucked her.
Yeah, I was
Far
like,
as hell.
man,
And then Kikyo was
good,
in there
good.
spying. But Kikyo ran into who
It was the one of the king's secretaries, I think, or something. Yeah,
the guy you first meet with that him.
yeah. He was the one that was possessed.
And he's just like,
And
ah, I'm
so,
tired of serving. Typical miserable servant.
yeah, pretty much. And so yeah, and then they end up fighting, and yeah, they end up fighting, and Lloyd shows up, and I like how he just chucks the wood off, not the wood, the cement off Celine's dad, and just like,
He sent it further than he sends the bugs. So I was like, how heavy are those bugs?
yeah. I think no, I think he does. I don't know. They do look like they flew about the same because the first time he chucked the bug, it flew forever. So
Forever, ever?
forever, ever. Yeah, forever, ever. And so I was like, okay. But yeah, it was a good fight scene. Lloyd grabs the ruby, crushes it, kills it. Like, okay,
Yo, no
Lloyd.
effort. No fucking effort.
Yeah. And then I did like how Lloyd was like, he said, "Oh, you're really into the wood cosplay," not knowing anything. He's like, "Yeah, the wood cosplay."
The wood cosplay. Really into it, huh?
Yeah,
I can't with Lloyd, man. That man's too fucking gullible.
he is. I'm like, man, look at you, guy. Look at you. You just make me laugh. But yeah, so that's
Then,
that episode.
so, next episode, and like, mind you, this was the episode at the end where Lloyd, having learned massage, suplexed the fuck out of, Uyo, or I forget what her name is, but Chief. The Chief.
Yeah, I just call it Chief. Cause hey, what you doing, Chief? Yep, suplex is the Chief.
Oh
Okay,
my god.
visited an
The
early
amount
dungeon and
of
encounter. Hmm?
the amount of humor that went in that after I saw it, like I thoroughly enjoyed the comedic value of that.
Yeah,
But
this show's good for laughs and superhero powers and stuff. So
the next episode, there is a dragon in a dungeon.
yes, visited an early dungeon to encounter three final bosses. Yeah,
What
this
the
you,
drag?
you see
Wait,
this.
you
Yeah,
said dragons considered three final bosses?
no, it said visited an early dungeon and encounter three final bosses. Um,
Oh.
yeah, Soma is working with that evil guy that wants to kill the chief. Um, see that. So I did see the chief, and I'm like, why is he working with that evil guy that wants to kill the chief? And so I just was like, man. So I think someone might be just as gullible as Lloyd, because if he knew that he was trying to kill the chief, then why would he be trying to help? You know,
But I think he's okay with it.
he might be. I don't know. I don't know enough yet.
Yeah, I think he's okay with it. So then the chief goes on her own quest to find them, because she knows they're there.
Yeah, that was after I think someone had locked her to the ground so she wouldn't catch cold. So, with the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah, so they search the dungeon for a snake. I think his name's Manaka
Vitra.
Vitra. No.
I believe it's Vitra. Yes.
Oh, I'm saying I got someone else. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, Chief is Alka,
Yeah, somewhere in there.
and Vitra is the snake. Cause I made note of Chief's name because Vitra is the guardian of the last dungeon area, and also maintains Chief's powers, which I don't fully understand. It makes sense, but I don't know
It's
why.
probably like a magical item. Um, I did like how the chief she made an apron out of his belt or whatever, and so an apron out of his pelt. I mean,
The belt, and yeah,
yeah.
he made
Well,
a few items out of his skin and shit.
yeah. The first was the apron. She made an apron out of it, and and eventually it turned into the belt because she wasn't paying attention and made pasta out of it. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, and then they killed the snake, and he inhabits the rest of his form.
In the belt, so now we have a talking belt named Vitra.
Yes, yes. So I was like, huh, that's interesting. And then Lloyd also fights the girl that was in love with Miss Marie.
Yeah, so like the girl that is in love with Miss Marie is telling Marie that she needs to kill Lloyd because she stole her man, and me immediately thinks, oh my god, Lloyd stole the love of a man, and then imagine
Yeah,
him with another man. It's like, well, I guess Lloyd is just that likable. I don't think she ever figures out that she's the one the girl likes.
I don't think she does either. So yeah, that was funny. And Lloyd like basically fights her. It's a good fight. I think he ends up breaking some stuff, getting stuff
Mm-hmm.
broke, but fights through it.
No, it was a good fight. I feel like
Yeah,
that, but I still don't feel like we saw all of what Lloyd can do. He hasn't even been
definitely
using
not.
magic.
Mm-mm. Not magic like talking about, but like most of his stuff is just like fighting prowess.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah,
That wraps up Starter Town.
yeah. And on to Demon Slayer.
Okay. All right. So Demon Slayer, right? The in Demon Slayer, continuing the chapters where the demons attack, and now we're in the middle of the fight. The young Hashira, I think the missed one, I think he is the Miss Hashira.
Yeah.
He was ready to leave one of the swordsmiths to die, but then remembered
You
Tanjiro's
talking?
kind words.
That's not even chapter 107. You're going way ahead.
What do you mean?
No, I'm just kidding. No, you're right. That is that chapter.
I
I
was
thought it
like,
was
what?
later on. Yeah.
I was like, I'm missing like chapters worth of notes.
Yeah. Nah. But yeah, I Jinya's fighting and every time you cut the head off, the demon multiplies and they get four bodies with four different abilities. And I do like how Genya has a gun with like the Nichiren stuff in
Mm-hmm.
it. So it's like I'm like, oh, that's cool. You shoot demons from far away, blow their head off. but but yeah, the mist guy does says helping others helps yourself, and that's why he stops help the little kid out.
Mm-hmm. And then the kid was just like, wait, before you go, this guy and this guy are also being attacked, so we must help them. And he's like, fuck it. He almost was like, no, but I should. Doing this would help. Nah, damn it. Let's just do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Tanjiro and Genya and Nezuko are all struggling to face the multiple demons. And Tanjiro is trying to figure out how to actually kill this demon because in his head, every time they get cut, they multiply. And really, but in reality, this upper rank demon was probably 5 to begin with.
Yeah,
He just separates them upon ability because like every time they separate, they had different. It wasn't like they were like just
they don't
copies.
get stronger. Yeah,
Yeah, no, they were just like they duplicated. I mean, they no, they didn't do. They had their own separate personalities. Is what I was trying to say.
yeah. They do have their own abilities and such.
Mm-hmm.
But the more they duplicate it, the weaker they got.
Hmm.
Like their powers weren't as strong as they could have been, type deal.
Maybe maybe it's one of those deals where like um shit. What? How do I explain it? When you're together, you're more powerful, but you're only using the one who's in the driver's seat's abilities.
Yeah,
But so anyway, they're progressing, they're fighting. Tanjo's trying to figure out how to kill them because obviously the head isn't working. He doesn't want to keep splitting. Um, and Tanjiro just has like, and I might be going a little ahead of myself here, but Tanjiro has this fucking moment where he cuts three. Am I mistaken? Yeah, 3 heads off in one fucking motion.
oh yeah, you way ahead.
Well, yeah,
That's chapter
but
113. We only 108, baby.
okay. So you take over because I don't have anything memorable between what I mentioned and that,
Yeah, so
other than the use first thing.
yeah, he looks in their mouth and figures out that they're labeled like joy, anger, sorrow, pleasure. Another guy shoots his head off. Genya does this like chanting thing he does um while he's fighting the demons. Um I don't know what it does, but like he basically like doesn't like he gets hit fatally but doesn't die somehow. 'Cause I don't know, that's because of the chant, like they're not real sure on that. And then
I don't know, man, because like the man, if you go a little a couple more chapters, the man strongly resembled a demon.
yeah, we'll get about that when we get there. And then Chandro fights the guy and he comes back and this is where I was talking about where he uses the guy's foot, like he uses the guy's power to go back to his sister in Genya because he was way out in the forest. And he blocks his attack with the foot and then he like stabs the demon. So and then that's pretty much for there. And then they find the demon with the vase and find out he killed like 5 smiths. And then he imprisons the mist Hashira in a water prison jar. So I was like, huh.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so now you keep going. Yeah, Lady Conjuro comes in and she does love breathing.
These briefings are getting ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, I was like, love breathing. I was like, that's interesting. Yeah, so
As long as there's love in the air,
yeah.
she's all powerful.
And then this is the part where they make the blazing blood katana. Nezuko and Tanjiro. I was like, oh man, a black blade that burns red. I was like, okay, that's something new.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't too mad at it.
And then, like, I feel like Tanjiro's scar on his head, changed more.
It changed to resemble the his inherited memory.
Mm-hmm. So,
So
do
I
you
was
think
like,
that means
oh,
he's gonna get one on the lower corner of his face?
maybe if he gets strong enough.
Yeah, because that guy
I'm
has
not
two.
sure. Yeah. But yeah, I was like, oh, okay. Blood Katana, inherited memory. And that's when he does his Sun Halo Dragon dance. And this is when he cuts off three heads at once.
So he
Yeah.
cuts off the three heads at once, and I mean, he's like, "Shit, it's not gonna work unless we do all four. So where's the fourth one?" And we look over, and that's when we see Genya in like fucking demon mode, like pointy teeth, black eyes, and veins popping. And I'm just like, "Is
He,
Genya a
I thought
half
he
demon?"
when I first saw him, I thought he was possessed. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. And he just, in my head, I think he just literally took his hand and ripped the head off. I don't think he cut it off. I think he just ripped it off.
ain't
But
no telling.
so it just raised a lot of questions about Genya. I was like, is he like a half demon? What's going on here? And you get like a little bit of a Genya backstory,
Yeah.
and it still didn't answer to why he can do the thing he does.
It yeah, that's why I was like, man, what's really going on here? And then the you find out that there's actually another piece of there's like five bodies or the main bodies out there. And Ginny starts flipping out because Tanjiro's trying to go kill it. And he's like, no, you can't kill it. I want to kill it.
No, don't
So,
kill it.
and Tanjiro's like, okay, you can go kill it, guy. I could smell you where it is. so, so he smelt it and then told him where it was.
Which, considering the actual size of this thing, when Genya finally found the fifth demon,
Yes.
what a fucking nose on Tanjiro, bro. He was literally tracking him down by smells. Like, to the left, to the right of you, right next to you. You're on top of it. And he looks
A
down, and
hundred
it's this fucking.
meters.
I was wondering why that demon looked so scared. I thought it was just another personality. I thought it was gonna be like he's gonna open his tongue and it's like frightful. And then I saw his size. Like, oh, now I know why you're so fucking scared. You're like someone could probably stomp on you if it was the right person. But apparently, it
You
needs to
can't
be the
cut
right
his head
person.
off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it needs to be the right person because fucking Genya swung at this little guy and broke his sword.
Yeah. So I was like, man, look at that. But, but man, Tanjiro, this is where they left the cliffhanger at, like slicing his head off, but you don't really know. So,
Mm-hmm.
mm. But yeah, do you see his backstory? Cinname was his brother, and he had to kill his mother to protect the family, and yeah, protect the family. He's like, I shouldn't have told that stuff to you because it was mean and this, that, and the other, and I didn't know at the time you're trying to protect us from the family, and so he's like, yeah, and he killed his mother. Mm-mm-mm.
Yep.
But I think his brother is like another Hashira though. I think. Yeah, he is one. Cause ain't that the guy that Gideon was the guy that was missing a tooth and Tanjiro gave it back, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. His brother is another Hashira.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So his brother is because his brother is the Hashira with the scar on his face. He's the
yeah,
one that doesn't like Tanjiro. So like I guess him and his brother don't like Tanjiro.
yeah.
But I don't get it, man. That flashback did nothing to show like why Genya can look like a demon and why he regenerates so fast. And the only time he's concerned about his regeneration is when Homeboy almost got him in the back of the neck. But Tanjiro's
Yeah,
like, "Don't give up. You must never give up."
it could be. It's kind of like, I guess you could say it's like how certain diluted species, like 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 Blade was like a vampire that could go out during the daylight because he's like half human. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe Genya's able to regenerate as long as his neck's not cut off, but he can touch the sunlight.
Hmm. It's a possibility.
Yeah, yeah, or like how half breeds like werewolves don't go full werewolf on like full moons. Crazy
Hmm.
stuff, or like they just get like the werewolf body, but they don't turn to an actual wolf. Stuff along that lines.
And that
Mythical
is,
things.
yeah, that is fucked. But if I'm not mistaken, that ends up, yeah, that ends up wrapping up Demon
Yep.
Slayer this week.
Yeah. I'm about to read next week.
Shit, man. I'm tired of these short ass fucking volumes with these cliffhangers. Can we just like, if we start a fight, can't we just finish that fight?
Nope. You need time to plan. This ain't One Piece. They're actually trying to do a story with the purpose.
Damn.
One Piece out here, you get five episodes just because you a ancillary character.
Well, whatever, guys. Well, Herb, you got anything to say to our people?
Tower of God, nothing much. A whole bunch of betrayal. Yeah, that's it.
That
Got
was a
nothing
comment
else to
someone
say.
made in one of the chapters before. It was Tower of God, more like Tower of Betrayal.
It is a whole bunch of betrayal. Like that whole team B. I was like, damn. The man held him like he said he would, and y'all ran away, and then y'all ended up getting clapped, and then um, Mr. Ho was about to clap up Rachel, and then came back. Bam, the ranker actually kind of saved Rachel, and then Bam learned how to use the ranker's power to save Rachel, and then use it
Mm-hmm.
on the ranker. And in Dorsey, she betrayed everybody because she's like, I'm gonna kill all these fisherman people to make sure I get through. What? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I like
betrayal
Endorsey.
everywhere. Betrayal everywhere. Trust no one.
Not when going up the tower.
Mm-mm. Trust no one. Well, yeah, that's it. I ain't got nothing else to say to people.
Well, all right, guys, that's gonna do it for this week. I hope you enjoyed. Sorry about the extra long rant on Kenshin, and I didn't even get through it all.
Yeah.
I think I can comfortably not watch Kenshin this week and still have 3 episodes to talk about next week.
As long as you write down some stuff so you're not rambling.
Um, when we get Discord set up and I can get like a background and maybe like some like an instrumental in the background, yeah, I'll try to like be a little more organized with what I write down. I might even write it
Mm-hmm.
down on the computer, but like I need a different setup. My part for the desktop should be coming any time now, so we'll be back to a setup where I can either it'll work out. But guys, thank you so much for watching or listening, whatever you're doing. If you enjoyed, like, comment, subscribe. If you watch on
Go
YouTube and
tell your
you like
friends
enjoying the
about us. Go tell your friends about me.
you done.
Uh, yeah, I was doing a little bit off a song.
If you notice, if you watch on YouTube and you like enjoying the gameplay, we're probably gonna transition out of that, so I can focus more on like what I need to read and talk about. I'm gonna work on getting our logo instead of possibly what's the word I'm looking for? Problematic photo of the Jump Force trio, Goku, Luffy, and Naruto. Which the big three is actually Luffy, Naruto, and Ichigo. So I don't know why Goku's in here, and if he's in here, why he's not in the middle. But that's okay. I like Luffy, so Luffy's okay with being in the middle. Um,
Mm,
yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
peace.